There is an amino acid that exists almost nowhere in the earth except for inside a tea leaf, and it has an amazing superpower. Today we're going to talk about L-theanine. Hi, I'm Yuki, I'm founder of Tea Life, and here we break down Japanese tea so you can become a Japanese tea expert. So what is L-theanine and what does it do? Most amino acids, they produce proteins in your body. However, L-theanine doesn't do that. They go straight to your brain and changes how you feel. Specifically, it calms you down, but not in a drowsy way. Researchers have put sensors on people's heads and given them L-theanine and measured their alpha waves increase. Alpha waves are something that shows up when people are in a calm but also an alert state. So when they're doing meditation or when they're in a flow state, that's when the alpha waves go up. Not only that, they also notice that in their saliva, the amount of stress hormone levels have considerably gone down as well. So it's not something that people are saying that they feel calm, it's something that's physically actually changing within their body. And you can feel it from within about 30 minutes of drinking your tea. And this already is why premium Japanese green tea feels so different from coffee. It's the same caffeine, but obviously there's something different that's going on in that tea leaf. And here's what surprised me the most about this. It's how it gets into your brain. Your brain is incredibly well protected. It basically has this barrier, a very, very strict barrier that blocks almost everything that tries to get in. Whether it be toxins, medicine, compounds, they're all blocked. Now L-theanine gets through due to this dedicated channel that the brain built for other essential nutrients. So it's basically using this VIP entrance that the brain built, not for L-theanine, but for something else. And that's why L-theanine works so fast. Now here's something I find really interesting. Lots of people take GABA or GABA supplements to calm down and relax. GABA is your brain's natural relaxation chemical. But the problem with this is GABA can't cross this barrier to get into the brain. It can't come in from the outside. So most of these supplements are actually ineffective. The thing about L-theanine is it can cross into the brain, and then once it's in there, it can help the brain create more GABA for relaxation. And that's how this works. So it's almost like a Trojan horse, but in a good way. So L-theanine is not just calming you down, it's also doing something that other compounds literally cannot do. And that same compound that's crossing into your brain has a completely different responsibility in your cup of tea, which is it creates a flavor that you're paying for. There's a receptor on your tongue that detects umami. Umami is the sweet, the savory, the depth of a delicious cup of gyokuro or a high-grade matcha. Now, research has confirmed that L-theanine activates those exact receptors. So when you taste the richness of a delicious cup of tea, partly what you're tasting is the L-theanine. So here's where it connects. When tea leaves are shaded from the sun to make premium tea leaves, they can't photosynthesize properly. What they start to do is they start to accumulate their amino acids. They stop them from converting into other compounds. The more the amino acids build up, the more L-theanine will build up. The more L-theanine there is, the higher the umami. The higher the umami, the higher the grade. The higher the grade, the higher the price. So that's why when you're paying for high-grade matcha or high-grade gyokuro, you're actually paying for the L-theanine. The L-theanine and the grade of the tea, the price of the tea, these track almost perfectly. And again, this compound exists almost nowhere else in the world. No fruits, no vegetables, basically only in the tea. And the same compound is responsible for calming of the brain, and also the delicious taste of your favorite cup of tea, and also the price of that tea as well. So that's all very interesting to me. I'm curious to know, what is your favorite umami tea that you've had before? For me, because we carry it, obviously it's gonna have to be Tenju by Marikyu Koyamaen. But I'm very curious to know yours, so please leave that in the comments below. If you are curious and you want to learn more about theanine, I did a very deep research and created a very long article about this topic, so I'll link it below and you can read it in your free time. If you want to know more about gyokuro, then we did a recent video, so you can take a look at this next video.